Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the third episode in the Junk Journal with Me series. Today I'm going to be journaling about a trip to a chocolate shop, and you can see here all the pieces of ephemera that I have to document. There's a paper bag, some food packaging, a receipt and a business card, and I also have a lot of photographs. Now I'm just going to be choosing a couple of pages to work on. This is a slightly longer session today, and that's because I think I do 4 or 5 pages. So I have this paper bag that I brought my chocolate home in, and because it's the biggest piece of ephemera that I have, I thought this would be a great place to start the page. I do spend ages cutting and trimming it down because at first I wanted to make a pocket, and then I changed my mind and decided to create a flip out page. I wanted to put this in my journal because I really like the Cocoa Pod logo design, and I don't think I've actually put a paper bag like this into any of my journals previously. And I'm just placing a couple of photos down on the page to see if I like them like that. And I have this food packaging, it's what my chocolate came in, and I'm just cutting out some of the packaging to use on my page. I'm just rubbing off any little bits of chocolate that might be left over. I have this vintage linen printable from the Etsy shop Little Bindi, and I'm actually going to be backing that on the back of the paper bag. The logo was showing through on the opposite side, and I felt like the paper bag just needed a bit more colour, and I also thought it could do with a bit more reinforcement as well. I'm just going to be using a glue stick to do that. I attach these chocolate wrappers using some double-sided tape. Because the packaging is made of plastic, I didn't think a glue stick would stick them to the paper that well. And I'm just using a glue stick to glue the flap onto the journal page. I decide to add a bit of washi tape just to cover up the white part of that flap. I absolutely love this washi tape. You'll probably see me using it lots over the next few sessions. I actually found this page incredibly difficult, and that's because the stenciling on the floor on the inside of the shop really clashed with that washi tape. So I do come back to this page a little later on. And I'm moving on to the next page, and I have this receipt from our lunch at Pie Minister. Pie Minister, if you know the brand, make pies, and they actually have a shop down on Gloucester Road. We went there after our hot chocolate, and I'm just using the Tim Holtz tiny attacher to attach it to the page. I have a photograph of our lunch at Pie Minister, and I did try to see what it would look like in the belly band, but I actually choose to put it underneath the receipt, and I just used double-sided tape to adhere that to the page. I have this business card from the chocolate shop, and I decided to put it in this brown envelope and slip that into the belly band. I'm just using double-sided tape to close the envelope. And I've got more of these vintage linen printables from the Etsy shop Little Bindi, and I'm just picking out the 4 banners that I have, and I'm just choosing one to cover up that ripped bit of paper on the paper bag and just add a little bit more colour. And I'm I'm just going to be using a glue stick to adhere that to the paper bag. I have this photograph of the outside of the chocolate shop. The chocolate shop, I think, is called Pionka's. I'm probably pronouncing that completely incorrectly, but I'm just adhering that to the paper bag with double-sided tape, and there is actually a picture of my husband in the doorway, and I choose this little teddy sticker to go alongside it because they're looking in the same direction and I really like that. So I'm coming back to this page again, and I have this old receipt, but I didn't really like how that looked on the page. I didn't want to cover up too much of the washi. So I find this yellow receipt, and I thought that because there was yellow on the vintage linen printable, I thought that would work really well and I wouldn't lose a stenciling on the floor detail. So I chopped that in half and I can use the remainder bit on something else. And I'm just going to be using a glue stick to glue that to the page. And I'm going to be using double-sided tape on the photograph. I wanted to leave enough white space to do some journaling. I find this pink receipt and I chopped that in half. I thought it matched perfectly with the vintage linen printable again, and it's just a photograph of some hot chocolate and the ruby chocolate that I bought, and I'm just using some double-sided tape to adhere that to the page, and I'm also using double-sided tape on the photograph too. And there is enough white space now for me to journal on that page. As you can see, I've also done my journaling off camera. Whilst I was searching for some labels, I came across these chocolate stickers, and I haven't used them yet. I bought them from Cafe Analog and I thought they would be perfect for sticking onto this page. And I'm just getting out a Maggie Holmes crepe paper sticker book that I've had for a little while, and I'm just going to be finding some stickers to put on the page. I think that says "Remember this place." And I choose a label sticker from another crepe paper book, and I just put "Sunday Fun Day" on here. And I also use a few other little stickers just to fill in those gaps because I wasn't too keen on the big bit of space that was still left there. And I get this chocolate tin back out again, and I choose another sticker for the front of that brown envelope. And I'm just putting a little bit of washi tape on the back to seal the envelope. And I'm using another little bit of washi just on the top of that chocolate sticker. And another little bit of washi on the top of that page right there. And I'm turning over to the next page because I'm going to be documenting a completely different day. I visit the same chocolate shop just a week later, and I have these photographs from the day. So there's a photograph of the rain, of my takeaway hot chocolate and of the chocolate that I brought home, and also a picture of my clothing. And that is a vintage linen printable from the Etsy shop Little Bindi, and I'm just using a glue stick to glue that down. And I love these two little mice. It's like they were going on their own little walking adventure, which I thought just fit really well with what I was documenting. I'm just using double-sided tape to adhere this photograph to the page, and it's a photograph of how wet my jeans and shoes were, and my top actually has a yellow stain from the rainwater. Whilst I was there, I bought a hot chocolate, and instead of buying just one bag of chocolate, I bought 3. I use a piece of washi tape just because there was a bit of glue left over from when I glued the linen printable down, and that tape is from London Gifties. And I'm just using some double-sided tape to adhere all of the photos to the page. My husband was away on a business trip for 2 weeks and I decided to make the 45-minute walk there and 45-minute walk back, and I checked the forecast and it wasn't supposed to rain, except 20 minutes into my trip the heavens opened and it chucked it down and I got absolutely soaked. I didn't have an umbrella but I did have a coat, and I'm just using some washi tape to cover up the backs of those staples. And I'm taking out these chocolate stickers again and I'm using another one to document the chocolate at the bottom of the page. And I'm adding another piece of washi here and I'm just ripping it in half just to make it a little bit thinner. And I'm using the remainder bit on the opposite page. And I have another one of these little stickers and it's some children in a rocket ship, and that date does match the day that I did go on this walk, and that is a Tim Holtz sticker that says the adventure begins, because it was a little bit of a journey. And I do my journaling off camera, and that sticker there says I will remember this, and I place that at the bottom of the page and add a little bit more washi to the top. And these are the finished pages. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed seeing me put these pages together, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.